Good morning students, welcome back to computer science classes of class 12. Today in this session we will be learning the DML queries and the TCL queries. In our previous session we have already covered the DDL queries. So let us start with the DML queries. The DML queries has got basically insert, update, delete and select. So now let us start with the insert query. Insert query is basically used to add records or tuples in a table. Let us see the syntax. Insert into table name, then the column name if you want to have, that is optional, and then values and then the specific value of that particular field of the table. Now let us have an example. Suppose we want to insert some data in the student table, then insert into student table, student values and then the whole list of values. Now if we run this, so you will get this one. Now just see the highlighted red one. Insert into table name and then the column name. If you want to specify the column name, then the particular, so over here you can see that we have specified Adam admission number as name and DOB values. So one admission number means 106, as name means Aman and the DOB means this one 2003 0216. So in this way you can specifically arrange the entry of the records. Now moving to next, you can just see what all records have been inserted over here. Now moving to select query. Select command is used to retrieve a subset of rows or columns. So whatever things you want to have, that can be done, like select column name and then from table name, or you can say select column name from table name where condition. So if you want to have particular columns, you can write their names, and if you want to put some condition, you can also put condition. Without condition also it can work, okay. And if you want to have all the fields to be retrieved, then you can use an star. So you can write in place of the column name, you can just write in place of these whole column name, you can just write a star. So select star from table name where condition, that will serve our purpose. Now let us see the example. Select query without where condition. So if we write select star from student, then you will get the whole list that we have inserted. And if you also write select marks, means the column name or the field name from student, that time you will get the particular fields that you want to have with their records. Or if you want to have select as name stream marks from student, then in the same way it goes. So the output will be displayed in the same order in which you are selecting, like you are selecting like marks, stream and then Adam number. So in that way the output has come. Or if you write as name, stream and then marks, so in that way it is coming, okay. So I hope this select query without condition you have understood. Now if we write, if you want to have select query with distinct or all keyword, so the distinct keyword basically eliminates the redundant or duplicate data from rows of the result, and all keywords keep all the redundant, that is duplicate output rows. So we'll see both of them. So if we write select star from student, So you'll get the whole list, right? Now, if you want to have select distinct stream, so over here you can see when we have selected the whole thing, then you have got science, commerce, commerce, science, science, arts, arts, science. So if you want to have distinct one, then you have to write select distinct stream from student. So you'll get only three: science, commerce and arts. In the same way, if you want to have all streams without removing the redundant values or duplicate values, so you'll get the whole list. Just you can see over here. I hope this is clear to all of you. Now next, select queries with where clauses. So the where clause in select statement specifies the condition of selection. So the query goes through the entire table one row at a time and examines each row to determine if the given condition is true or not. So they check all the records, each and every row. Now let us see how to write the query. Like if we write select star from table name where admission number is equal to 18104. So they will check where is admission number 104. You will get over here admission number is 104. So the whole list, since start from we have written in our code, so the whole tuple will get as our output. You can see over here. So again, if we write where marks equal to 96, so wherever marks is 96, you will get those two tuples. You can see over here 96, over here 96. So you will get the outputs in that way. Even if we write marks less than 40, but you can see over the table there is no marks called less than 40, so you will get an empty set. I hope this is clear to all of you. Now next, if we can have select queries with some relational operators, like SQL can compare values with the help of relational operators, and these relational operators are less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to. Okay, then the result will be, for these comparisons, the result will be either true or false. So let us see the example. Like we have already seen select star from student, so the whole table will get. Now if we write select star from student where marks greater than 90, so whatever tuple satisfies that condition, that is greater than 90, so you will get those set of tuples. And if it is marks greater than equal to 90, then again you will get it over here, marks greater than equal to 90 as highlighted over here. I hope this is clear to all of you. Now, select queries with relational operators, some more example. Marks as less than 90, you are getting it, and then marks less than equal to 90, same. So I hope this is clear. Over here again, if we have got select star from student where DOB is greater than that particular date, so you will get all those records whose DOB is greater than that particular date. that is given in the condition. If S name is greater than S, so then you have got Vihan, that because the first letter is greater than S, after S we have got V, so we are getting it. Okay. Now you have to always keep it in mind that more the recent dates are greater and older dates are smaller. Now if you can work with relational operator, you can also work with logical operators. So logical operators means and, or, not, and they all give true or false as depending upon the satisfaction of the condition. So again, if we do select star from students, we will get that whole table, and if we write select star from student where marks less greater than 90 and stream equal to science, means you have to satisfy both the conditions. So if marks greater than 90 and stream equal to science, then you have got this following table, this one, right? In the same way, if you want to have select star from student where marks less than 90 or stream science, so either 90 or stream science, so you will get the value, this one, the whole resultant set. Some more examples like not. Select star from student where not stream equal to science. So without science, which all other streams we are having, that we will get in our output. So we have got in our main table, we have got 3 different rows like you can see over here. Science, 3 rows we are having with science stream, so that we will not get as output. The rest we will get. I hope the red highlighted bar is clearing your doubt. Next we have got selects SNAME DOB stream marks from student where again not equal to marks greater than 80, logical and stream equal to science. So where marks is greater than 80 and stream equal to science, that will not be in your part of the output. Rest will be there. So you can see as the result. So any stream of science which has got greater than 80, that will not be there as the output. Rest you can have. Now next, in and not in operators. So if it is in operator, that satisfies and selects the values that match with any value in the given list, and not in means which does not satisfy, like if you got select SNAME stream from student where stream in commerce, arts. So any stream which is inside that list, commerce and arts, so those will be in your output, you can see. And if it is not in commerce and arts, so other than commerce and arts, whatever we are having, that we will be getting as a output. Now moving to null and not null. So null is used in the where clause to search the null value in a column and not null in the same way not null values in the column. So, select Adam number sname marks from student where marks is null. So, whatever marks which is null that you will get as output. So, only 106 Aman is having null, you can see in the table, given table. So, output resultant you will get as like that. And then next, if it is not null, so other than null you will get all the values. Okay. Now, between and not between. So, between operator defines a range of values that the column values must fall into the condition true, and not between is just the opposite of between. Now, you can see the following table. Now, if we use between, so suppose you want to have all the marks which are between 80 and 90. So, you will write select sname marks from student where marks between 80 and 90. So, you will write like that. Again, select sname marks from student where marks not between 80 and 90. So, other than 80 and 90 you will get the output. Now, like pattern. Now, like is a string matching operator for comparisons on character strings using patterns. It has got two wildcards, that is underscore symbol and percentage symbol. Underscore symbol matches single character and percentage symbol matches multiple characters. Now, let us see. Similarly, again we have got the whole table with select star from student. Now, if we want to have any letter or any name beginning with a particular letter, then we can write select sname from student where sname like a percentage, and if we want to have any name ending with a, then we will write like percentage a. Again, if we want to have a letter, the second from last letter is a and it has one underscore at the end. And if we want to have exactly 4 characters starting with a, so it will have a and then 3 underscores at the end. Again, if we want to have the third letter as I and it has 2 underscores in the beginning. So, it will be the third letter when we are saying, so we will specifically give the underscore. Then again, if we say all the sname not starting with a will be retrieved, not starting with a will be retrieved. So, we have written not like this. This is again an important one. So, not starting with a we want to have the result. So, we will write select sname from student where sname not like a percentage, just opposite to have starting with a. Moving to next, alias. This alias are given in select query to display the columns with different names. As is the keyword used for column aliasing. It is also used for table name or any other keyword aliasing also, we will see it in somewhere else, but it is optional if the alias name is not is of single word. So, alias means Eka, your nickname is your alias. So, let us see the syntax. So, select column name as column alias, then column name as column alias, like that. You have to write first the main column name and then the aliasing name. So let us see what command we are writing. Like if you write select S name as student name and DOB as date of birth. So when you will get the output, you will get student name, date of birth, percentage. So whatever may be the field name, but if you do aliasing of those field names or column names, you will get that name as the output set. It will not change the name of the field of the table, but in the output you will get that name. Now we can have select queries with text inquiry output, as in, like if you write select S name, your admission number is Adam number, stream allotted is stream from student. So how you will get it? Like this, the output you will get it. Some sorting, like if you want to have sort, if you want to have all the data in a proper sort manner, either in ascending or descending, depending upon a particular row or column or a particular field, basically with the help of order by clause. So the output displayed after the execution of select query is pre-decided. To sort the result output of a query in a specific order, we use order by clause. It could be for ascending we use ASC keyword, and for descending we use DESC keyword. So let us see. Select star from student, order by marks. So when no order specifically ASC or DESC is written, that means by default it is ASC, and if you want to specify as DESC, then you have to specify as given in the next one over here. So you will get the outputs like this. Now moving to next, another example of order by clause. Select DOB from student, order by DOB. So you will get the output. Some more examples. Select star from student where marks greater than 80, order by S name DESC. So you will get the decreasing order of names. The whole table will be sorted depending upon the S name. Next we have got select S name from student, order by S name DESC. Earlier there was one more condition where marks is greater than 80, but here no condition is given. Now update query. So update command helps in modifying the values of in an existing table or tuple. Now the new data value is given using the set keyword. The new data can be specified constant expression or data from the other table. Where clause is used for the condition which specifies the column. Now let us see the syntax. Update table name, set column name equal to value, where condition, so that you can specify that particular column. Now let us see the example of update query. You can see update student, set department number equal to 20, the first one, department equal to 20, where stream equal to commerce and 0 rows. So when you will run it, you will get this output. So the department value has been changed, stream equal to commerce. So the department number has changed as 20. In the same way, if you write update student set stream equal to hours, where admission number is equal to 108. So, this 108 admission number will get the stream as hours. You can see the highlighted portion. Moving to next, we have got delete query. This command removes and deletes entire record from a table. No field argument required because the full row is removed. So, where clause is used for the condition which specifies the rows to be deleted. Now, let us see the syntax. Delete from table name where condition. So, delete query without where condition will delete all rows, but still the table will exist without any record. So, if you write select star from student, you will get the whole table. Then delete from student where admission number is equal to 108. So, you will find 108, the whole record will be deleted. And if you write delete from student, delete from table name, no condition, then all the records will be deleted. But the table will be there, okay. And if you want to delete the whole table structure wise also, then you have to use drop table name, okay. Now, starting with TCL commands. I hope till now you have understood the DML commands very well and you do not have any other doubts. Please, if you do not understand in a single go back, rewind the whole video, watch it for twice or thrice, the doubts will be cleared. Now, TCL, the transaction control language commands, and is used to manage the transactions in the database, basically the transaction of DML commands. These are used to manage the changes made to the data in a table by DML statements. It also allows statements to be grouped together into logical transactions. We can have the examples of TCL commands: commit, rollback, save point, SQL commands. Now, starting with commit command. Commit command is used to permanently save any transaction into the database. When we use any DML command like insert, update or delete, the change made by these commands are not permanent until the current session is closed. The changes made by these commands can be rolled back, means we can do the undo. So, to avoid that, we use the commit command to make the changes permanent. What is the syntax for it? You have to just write commit, COMMIT. Now, if you want to have rollback means whatever changes has been done with the DML commands, that will be done undo. So, this command restores the database to last committed state. It is also used with save point command to jump to a save point in an ongoing transaction. If we have used the update command to make some changes into the database and realize that those changes were not required. So, any changes has been done and then you are saying that, oh, that is not required, then that time you can have this rollback command to roll back those changes. If they were not committed, using the commit command. If they were committed, then you cannot do any changes, then you cannot do rollback. But if it is not committed, then you can do the rollback and the syntax is rollback to save point name, a particular area. So with this we are ending our session. Hope the session was fruitful and enjoying, and all the DML and TCL commands are clear to all of you. Thank you.